Okay, hello everyone. So this is the second tutorial in the series on Next.js and Create D3 app. Just going to go to my project and start it up. Open up port 3000. Okay, so I'm planning to do today routes, linking, and URL parameters. So you can have like unique URLs for different data elements and so on. So the first thing is the pages folder. To create a new page, let's just do like a about.tsx. Okay, so the trick is essentially create a file, and whatever you name it, that will be the same as the URL, so /about. And you have to do a default export and return some HTML. This could be an import and then an export again from components or however you want to do it. So the question is, how do you wrap everything in a reusable navigation screen? So there's two ways to do it. You can either wrap it in each of your pages, or you can define it in this special _app that wraps all of the pages being accessed. I'm going to quickly show both. So let's do a nav screen. Let's call it app layout. Yes. And this will be our nav bar. Maybe we'll have home and about. And then we have a wrapper for where our page goes. To do that, we're going to pass in like children. I know that sounds a bit strange, but let me show you. So on about, we're going to use this new app layout and use it like a wrapping div. Let's import that. Now you can see that it's complaining that app layout has no properties in common with that one because it needs this children property. How I like to do it is add props, children, react, node. Just import that one. And then we use it here. Now it's happy, we can save, and you see our nav bar has appeared. Let's do some basic styling. We're going to do some padding, BG neutral 100, and let's do margin as well, rounded. Okay, so this is our page, that's our nav bar up there. Just copy this. Cool. Gonna give it a slightly different color. Okay, the next thing is to make these actual clickable links. So usually you would have used A tags. Which does work. So we're on the about page, we click home. That takes us to, let me change that just to /. So we click home, that takes us to the route, the main route. The thing is, that is a page reload. We wanted to change the page without reloading so that it's nice and fast. And you'll see that you get this this error, actually more like a warning, saying do not use A elements to navigate to the main route, use link from next link instead, with a link to the documentation. So we're going to do that. Replace it with link. And now when we click, it's not a page reload, it just updates the app instantly. It's more noticeable on larger, more complicated apps. Let's do styling. In the background, it's still an A tag, I believe. Let's see, I think. Yeah, to keep it simple, let's just do styling on here. So on hover to an underline. Okay, that's better. Just going to copy this for the about. Okay, nice. Flex will just stack your elements next to each other. You can also do like flex row or column. That will do it underneath. That allows you to use this gap property that will do spacing in between. Then we need, that's the one way, right? So the other way is to put this app layout across all pages. So to do that, we move it into the underscore app file. Let's import it here. And because I haven't removed it from about, now we've got navbar twice, so I can remove it here. Now I know both ways of doing that. Cool, then let's add another page. I'm gonna now show you how to do like dynamic routes. Say we've got a blog, and in there we're gonna have like a blog slug.tsx. See the square brackets? That means that the URL can be anything, and it's like a wildcard, so it will always display this page. The default function blog page. Cool. And let's go on home and add some links to 2 different blog posts. Okay, so we should have 2 links. Let's do column. Okay, so we've got 2 links. I think in the next video I'll show you how to style components without having to do this every time. Okay. It should be on hover. There we go. Cool. So first blog post and second blog post. Right. So now it's just displaying the same content every time. Now we need to get the link out of the URL so that we can load dynamic content, show different content depending what your URL you're accessing it from. So to do that, we're going to use the router. This is a built-in in Next.js. And the router has a query parameter. That one. So let's just view that. So I'm doing a pre-code block, a stringify, and then putting in the data I want to view. And there you go. So we've got the blog slug, and that comes from the file name, and then the value which comes from the URL we're on. So second now displays second there. So we can now display it as like the blog title. Curly braces that dot blog slug. Let's make it a little bit more bold. So viewing the first blog post, viewing the second blog post. Now you'll use this to do like a query to your backend, right? As in the previous video. So you'll do something like blog request equals api.blog.get blog post dot use query, and you'll pass in like an ID that is the blog slug, right? We'll pass in blog slug, and then in the TRPC backend you go and search for that data and send it back, and then display it here instead of this placeholder some content. Cool, that should get you started with routes. And I think that's it for this video. Yep. Cheers.